Welcome to the Versa Business Tips Podcast. I'm your host, founder and CEO of Versa Business Systems, Shaheen Mazloom, and I'm here with an awesome guest today, an extremely hardworking mother, wife, and entrepreneur in the cosmetics industry, Kristen. How are you doing today, Kristen?
Hi, good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I'm excited to talk to you today.
Yes, me too. Lots of ideas in my head. I'm ready. I am ready to help.
Absolutely, absolutely. So for people out there that don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do.
So I am Kristen Cavey. A lot of people might also know me as Kristen's Cosmetics. I have been in the makeup / social media industry for about 10 years now. I am a brand director with a international cosmetics line.
Okay.
And then from there, I also have my own makeup artistry business. So I do travel local and I do makeup for weddings and events and stuff. And then I also have another leg of my business is I am a social media influencer. And it took me a long time to be able to say that without cringe and influencer. But yes, that is actually part of the leg of my business. And it is a very good and lucrative income. So I would love to talk to you a little bit more about how people can get into that. But those are just some of the legs of my business that I run from home most of the time.
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah. So have you always been an entrepreneur? Like, tell me a little bit about your journey. Like, how did you get here?
So I come from a bloodline of entrepreneurs.
Okay.
My dad owned a business, a family-run business that my whole family worked there for about 35 years. It was a printing and marketing company, and it was right in Baltimore, Maryland. And I worked for him, my sister, my mother, my uncle for a long time. Pretty big business. We had about 42 employees. Wow. And then he closed, and I didn't know what I was going to do, but I know that I needed to do something for myself, because working for someone else after you worked for your family for a long time just doesn't make sense. I've always loved makeup, but my mom told me to go to college. And during that time, that was the right thing to do. You couldn't just say you are what you are on social media and then go promote it. But then as I started to get back into the cosmetics industry by connecting with an international makeup company, I started to sell their products online. And this was a long time ago when nobody really did those things. It was very strange to see a girl do her makeup on Facebook and take selfies. It was very weird for a lot of people. So that's how I got my start in doing that. Yeah.
And so it just kind of grew from there.
It grew very, very slowly in the beginning, because I was also nervous. I didn't treat my business like a business. I was nervous about what people thought about me for putting that makeup on and taking pictures and selling a mascara. And it was like, why are you selling stuff? No one sells stuff on the internet. We post pictures of our dogs and the food that we eat. We're not selling things. So I was ahead of my time. And for a while, I was scared. I was nervous about what people would think. But then something shifted, and I decided, if I want this business to be my business, I got to start treating it like a business. I have to start to say, this is what I do, and being proud of that. And so once I shifted my mindset, that's when the profit started to come in more, and I was able to make that a full-time living.
Very cool. Yeah, it's kind of similar. I've always used social media, even back in like the MySpace days. I always used it as a tool to get information out there, whether it was, I worked for Verizon stores back in the day. And, I was always told at a young age, if everybody doesn't know what you do for a living, you're doing yourself a disservice. So that was my goal, to make sure that nobody had to ask the question, what does that person do? What do they do for a living? And it's crazy. Like, I literally post about it all day, every day. And I still get some people ask me, like, so tell me exactly what is it that you do? Like, you think that people see all the stuff, but a lot of times they don't. So like, I mean, I'll repost some of the same videos, some of the same, because like, you just got to act like nobody saw it. Right? Because the fact is, very few people actually saw it. They might have liked it, but it doesn't mean they actually viewed it and listened to the video and things like that. So
That's right. A closed mouth is a closed business.
100%.
So if you're not constantly talking about what you do, then people are gonna miss that. And consistency is key. So you have to show up every day for your business, for what you do in some sort of way or
Yeah.
fashion, and make that a part of your everyday life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it all goes
Yeah, so that
together.
brings me to what I want to talk about next. So like work-life balance, right? So you have kids, you're married, you have the home life, you
Yeah, I
have the
got to get them off the
business,
bus
right?
after this.
Exactly.
Yes.
So do you think that there's an importance to have a work life and a family life, or are they kind of blended together? Like explain how that works for you.
Well, for the type of profession that I have, mine is blended
Right.
together, because I have the ability to just broadcast from my phone. If we're on vacation and I'm doing my makeup, I can just do a live
Right.
tutorial real quick while the kids are in the other room. So that's why I love what I do, and that's why that 9 to 5 just doesn't fit my
Right.
mold, because I live and I breathe my
Right.
business, whether it's the makeup or any of the brands that I work with. If I'm wearing the brand, one of my brand partners, I'm going to say, hey, I got this from here and this from here, and here's the link, you can grab it too. I'm like living and breathing that and doing it every day. So there really is no work-life balance,
Right.
but it's just that when you love what you do, you're able to talk
Yeah.
about it, and then you're also able to turn off when I want
Yep.
to. When I'm finished this, I got to go get the kids off the bus, and then it's mom mode. So like I'm able to go back and forth because I'm not clocking in and clocking out of a job,
Yeah.
and that's what makes it so amazing for people like
Yeah,
us.
yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, I think mine's very well blended as well. Like I
Yes.
am my brand, right? Like every piece of clothing that I have, except for maybe actually even some of my suits, the pocket comes out or the inside has the logo, But
Yeah, yep, yep.
yeah, I mean,
You are your
yeah,
brand.
hundred
When you
percent.
go out, you represent yourself. And that's what a lot of times what people ask me is, how do they get into this business? And I'm saying, just start using the products that you
Yeah,
love. Just start talking about
yeah,
them. Just start talking about the things that you love, and people will listen, and people will see, because there is someone like
yeah.
you out there that's either struggling with the
Oh
same
yeah,
thing or that needs that same thing. So a lot of people think like, oh, no one's going to want to listen to me and the
right.
coffee I drink and the protein bars I eat. But there is someone
Oh,
out there that
100%.
needs to hear what you're
Oh,
saying.
absolutely.
Yes.
So, do you think it's
Yeah.
it's super important when obviously people get into business for various reasons. One thing is obviously the money, right? You want to be able to have the freedom and the time and the money to be able to do the things that you want. Do you think it's absolutely imperative that they love what they do, or do you think that some people can get away with, okay, so I like this product, it makes money, and they can make something
Mhm.
happen with it. I
Yeah.
personally think you got to love what you do in order to really make a big business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yes. Well, first of all, 99% of the population, I learned this from my dad, the smartest man in the world. 99% of the population is just out here to make a
Yeah.
living, in and
Yep.
out, clock in, clock out. They hate their job. And you know what? And that's fine but then there's that small portion that has to feel that passion, to
Yeah.
absolutely be in love with what they're doing. And when you're in love with what you do, it makes you so much more passionate about the product. So
Oh
if
yeah.
I am not 100% in love with something, it's going to
Yeah.
show. It's going to see through. So, and I need to, one, be truthful. I need to be a product of my products. So I need to be truthful. And there are some brands that send me some things. I'm like, thank you so much for sending me this. I'm going to use it. I'm going to talk about, but it's not something I'm going to keep in my rotation.
Right.
And, they respect that it's just not for
Yeah.
me, but it could be for somebody
Yep.
else. So that's what I try. I have to be a product of my
Yeah.
products. I have to love them because I am an empathetic person, and you can see and read what's on my
Right.
face before I even say it. So I have
You
to
got to
absolutely
believe
love what
in
I
it.
do. It's not about the money. It's about helping other people and making that connection, and then the money comes
Absolutely.
from that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
completely agree. Like when I started my
Yeah.
company, that is our motto. It's just helping people. If we take
Yes.
care of our clients and customers, the money's
Hmm.
going to come. We're not worried about the money, the commissions, the whatever, right? If we put
Hmm.
that business owner in a better situation than when they
Hmm.
first came to us, the money's going to come. It's a natural
Yes.
reaction from helping somebody.
That's
Right.
right. Yes. And my part is, and I always say this is a funny joke, is that my mom always said to me, don't get into this industry. So now my mom's my accountant. So I don't even know how much my mom takes care of all of that
Right.
for me. And she's just amazed at the different opportunities and the financial freedom that I now have from it.
Right.
So yeah, so my mom's my accountant. I don't even know what is coming in most of the time, because she helps me out with that. It's all about who I can help.
Yeah.
If there's a brand that I love that I can partner with, if there's makeup products that are going to help a woman feel confident in their own skin, in my makeup artistry business, it's just helping somebody look and feel their
Right.
best. So as long as I feel like I'm fulfilled when I go to bed at night, then all of that stuff comes right
Right.
after that. So
Right.
yeah,
Absolutely. So
yeah.
so so in your business, like what changed when you went from like average to really being great? Like I see you everywhere,
Oh
right?
gosh.
It hasn't
Oh
always been
wow.
like that, right? Like is there
Uh-huh.
something in your life that changed where you're like, you know what? I'm ready to really go big with this thing? Or did it just kind of
Yeah.
happen little by little?
It did happen little by little. So I was working in a corporate world, and I had three jobs. I had my makeup artistry business was my side
Okay.
hustle. My brand ambassadors and like influencer stuff was just another side hustle. And then I worked in the corporate world, a 9 to 5.
Wow.
And I was in sales. So it was a commission-based business. So
Right.
that sales part did teach me a
Yeah.
lot. But I think that when I aligned myself with the partner, the person that I'm with now, after I went through my divorce, that is what truly propelled me onto this next level, is because he's a business minded person, and he not only is like my biggest fan, but he's also like my cameraman.
Right.
So if I have a product that I'm promoting, he's like videotaping me. He's like, babe, you need to stand here, you need to put this here. He's my light guy. So he has really helped me catapult. And I always say the person that you're with can make or break
A
your
hundred
business.
percent.
And so I have somebody that is like not only accepting of what I do, but thinks it's like
Yeah.
phenomenal. And that is what's really helped me. And the fact that they're super business minded
Yep.
too. We support
A
each other.
hundred
So
percent.
that's what really took me to the next
Yeah, so
level.
I
Yes.
gotta be honest. I gotta say
Yeah.
that it's the exact same thing for me. 2 years
Mm-hmm.
ago, I met my fiance, and literally, like, she was really the first partner I'd ever had that was gung ho, like, yeah, keep working, like, if we can't see each other this weekend because you've got stuff to do, like, get it done. Always, she's my biggest
Right.
supporter, biggest pusher. I mean, it's amazing, and it's really helped us catapult the business tenfold, and vice versa. Like I've
Yes.
helped her grow her business and boost her confidence. And yeah, I think partnerships are key. But the relationship, the person that you're spending the most time with, if they're your
Yeah.
biggest supporter, I mean that's key in any business.
Yep. They say you are the sum of the people that
A
you hang out
hundred
with the
percent.
most. So when the people around you are hustlers, and they are
Yeah.
supportive, and they are getting it too, then you can't help but also be
A
like that.
hundred percent.
So yeah, so really we spend a lot of time together because we're both working from home a lot. So and we're both very supportive, and he's, like I said, he's like my biggest fan.
Right.
So there's always a joke that he's like my first like. So yeah. So that's really what it
Yeah.
was, is having somebody to support you 100%.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious about the influencer part of things. So I was
Yeah.
talking to somebody the other day, and they said, now, how when we were kids, you wanted to be president or a doctor or a firefighter or a cop. Now, the number one thing kids want to be is an
Mhm.
influencer or a
Yes.
YouTuber or something like
Yes.
that, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
how does that work? Like, how do you go from just randomly posting for your business, and then to becoming an influencer and these companies wanting to partner with you? Like, I've got a ton of followers, but like
Yeah,
no
you
companies
do.
don't like pay me to promote their products. I mean, I've had a lot of people reach out, but I kind of just ignore the emails.
Yeah.
So how
Yeah.
does all that work? Like, how do you
Yeah.
become an influencer and start getting paid on those products?
Yeah. Well, maybe you should start answering those
I
emails
know,
back,
right?
because that is really where it starts. So basically, I did start in the makeup
Right,
industry. So I partnered with the international cosmetics company, and I started with promoting their products, doing makeup videos and tutorials and things like that. So that spiraled into like a lash
right,
company, and then a hair company, and then you do little try-ons, and it starts where you're not making any money
right.
off of any of
Okay.
them. You are just saying, here's what I got from Amazon this week. Here is what I got from Good American this week. And Good American is actually one of my newest brand partners.
Cool.
So that is very
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah. So I just did some try-ons with their clothes. I tag them, and they see it. So if you just have to be consistent.
Right,
It's about showing up consistently. I tagged them, they saw it, they said, hey, can we send you a couple pair of our clothes? Can you do a TikTok with these and tag us in them? A lot of brands right now don't want that commercial look.
yeah.
They don't want where they
They
have
want the natural.
somebody making a
Yeah,
commercial. They want an everyday
yeah,
mom. And now, which is so amazing for a lot of these clothing companies, is they want real women,
yeah,
real bodies, like all
yeah.
sizes, all shapes, from your living room, trying on clothes. So that's where I really started, was just saying, this is a product that I love. I use this all the time, tagging them, and then doing it on a consistent basis, and they see it and they say, can we send you some things? And you're like, sure. I get packages a lot. I get packages from my daughter.
Right.
She gets little ideas and clothing and stuff like that from her little like TikToks and stuff
Very
that she
cool.
does. Some of it is just
Right,
products, which is great, because if I'm already using them, I get them for
right.
free. And then a lot of them are paid opportunities through commission.
Awesome.
So yeah, a lot of the happens that way. But either way, I'm already using their
Right.
products, so it's amazing that they give me those products for free
Yeah.
anyway. But I would just say, just start by tagging the products that you use on an everyday
Right.
basis and talk about why you like them.
Very cool. Very cool. So
Mhm.
it's really that simple. Like I've noticed that pretty
Yeah.
much every business has some sort of affiliate program. Like you can go to
Yep.
Best Buy and create an
Hmm.
affiliate link and start sharing it on
Hmm.
Facebook. And anytime somebody
Hmm.
buys something from Best Buy through your link, you get paid.
Hmm.
Like there's
Hmm.
just so many ways to make money
Hmm.
nowadays.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
it blows my mind when people are like,
Yeah.
I'm struggling, or I can't
Yeah.
find work. It's like, well, are you just blind? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like, you got to
Right.
have that
Right.
discipline. You got to have that passion and that need to do
Yes.
something about your situation
Yeah.
to be able to change it, right? I think too many people
Yes.
are just they sit and they whine and
Hmm.
rather than doing something about it, and it just drives me crazy because there's so many
Yeah.
different ways to make money nowadays.
Yes,
Like,
there is so many different
yeah,
opportunities, and it really just comes down to what is most important for
right,
you. And for me, it's that financial
yep,
freedom. It's the fact that I can go to my daughter's field trip day at
yep,
school because I'm not sitting at a desk making someone else rich.
exactly,
I'm working for myself, and I learned that from my dad, who taught me, who ingrained. I watched him,
right,
and I talked about this earlier yesterday in a post that I said about my daughter, is that they are
yeah,
watching. Our children are watching. They're not listening to what we say, they're watching what we do. And I wanted my daughter to see me living my best life, doing what makes me happy, and also being there for her.
right,
So I'm able to do that. And there is some days I just don't feel like being on. I don't feel like, and I get to do that.
yeah,
But then it also comes with, like you said, discipline. There are days that I have those brand partnerships. They're looking for that promotion that day. I've got to put on my face
right.
and put on my makeup and put on those
Whether you
outfits
feel
and show,
like it or
because
not.
that's my
Yep,
job. Yeah. So it is my job. And I have to show up on, even on the times that I may not want to, but I also get those breaks where I can do my family
right.
stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. So I started this podcast. I think this is our seventh or eighth episode.
Oh,
And
great.
so I've had my YouTube channel for many years, but I really started going heavy on it probably 2, 3 months ago. And
Right.
we just became monetized. So it was funny. I opened up my YouTube account the other day and I saw $2.03. I'm like, holy crap, I finally made a couple dollars,
That's great.
just from
Yeah.
hosting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's it. Just from
discipline and
hosting.
consistency is so key in everything.
Hmm.
In every part of life, every part of business. I mean, if you're consistent and you have that discipline, you're
Hmm.
taking that action every day, you're going to get to your goal, period. It doesn't
Yes.
matter, as
Yes.
long as you have that consistency and that discipline, that's really all it takes. Um,
Yes.
so for the women out there, right? So I'm noticing a lot more women putting themselves out there and starting
Mm-hmm.
businesses, running businesses. I mean, I love seeing it. The more, when I first posted looking for people to be on my podcast, it was mostly
Mm-hmm.
males that reached out. And so the next day I put a post, I'm like, women only. I
Yes.
want to
I
talk
was
with the
tagged.
women. And yeah, so what advice do you have for the women out there that are, I know a lot of people, period, not just women, are, insecure. They're worried about what people may
Mm-hmm.
think or see, or,
Mm-hmm.
they don't want to look stupid on the internet or whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what advice do you
Mm-hmm.
have for those people, and how can they really start getting themselves out there and getting past that fear?
Yeah. So I actually watched something the other day that said a YouTuber with 1 million
Uh-huh.
followers is not going to make fun of you for posting your first video because they know what it feels
Yep.
like. So it's reach high, reach, like when they say reach for the stars, it's so cliche, but it truly it's real.
Yeah.
That's real. And somebody that is making fun of you or saying, and I had that in the beginning. Oh, I had that so much. I can remember, oh, what are you, these makeup videos? What are you doing? You're this little makeup business. Why are you posting selfies with mascara
Right.
on? And I had a little iPhone 3 in my bathroom with the terrible lighting, and I was just out there just trying to make
Right.
something and create
Yeah.
something from what I loved. And I almost stopped a couple of
Yeah.
times because I was so worried about what people thought. And this was back when Facebook first started
Right.
and there was no
It
Facebook
wasn't
Live, there was
common.
no Instagram
Yeah.
stories, no one was selling anything online. I understand why people are scared of things that are
Yeah.
new people are scared of
100%. They
new.
don't understand it.
So my advice is to think big, follow the people that are already doing what you want to
Right.
do because they're going to be your biggest influencers, and you see them doing it, then you can do that
Right.
too. So I started to follow people that were doing it, that were really out there, not caring what anybody thought, putting their putting their self and being
Right.
vulnerable, which is a really big thing too, speaking on your personal
Yeah.
life and if level that feels comfortable to you, and not where you're never downgrading anyone else or never talking bad about anyone
Yeah.
else. We all watch those Facebook beefs go
Oh,
down,
yeah.
and we don't get involved in any of that. We're positive, but we also speak about our vulnerabilities,
100%.
and that's important for women too, is to talk about like a lot of women's issues and divorce and having
Yeah.
children and all those things that can be really hard. If you
And people
show
can
your
relate to
vulnerability,
that. People
you
understand that.
become
Yeah.
relatable. Yes. So the biggest thing that people still say about me, and they're probably going to watch this podcast, that's fine, is that, oh my God, she just puts herself all over social media. She puts everything on social media. She's out there all the time, but you're watching.
Yeah. Exactly. It's all
And
about being
yes,
omnipresent. Like there is not a
yes,
single
you're right.
billionaire out there that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
say post every single day, all day on
Mm-hmm.
every platform.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yes,
don't listen to the
yes,
noise that aren't doing
that's right.
anything. Those people that
That's
that
right.
that hate on it or laugh at it or
Yes.
whatever, those people are
Yep.
most likely not doing anything with their life that's significant, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
just pure
So that's what
jealousy.
I say. Yes, that's exactly what I say, is the people that are saying anything bad about you, or saying, oh, she's just on too much on social media, probably the ones that aren't happy with their
Yeah,
own selves. So it has
100%.
nothing really to do with
Yeah.
you. It's everything to do with
Yep.
them. So that's why I always say is, if I am very vulnerable on the internet. I do talk about a lot of issues with divorce and having children and blending a family,
Right.
and some things that I struggle with in a positive way to help other people, because if people see your vulnerability, you become
Yeah.
relatable, and when you're relatable, they'll work with you.
100%.
So to all of those people that probably still say, oh, she's just so much over the internet all the time and she's always on social media, well, I have a lot of
Right.
business, and that's why, is because I'm
Exactly.
relatable.
Yep.
So that it all goes together. Just put it out there. Just put it out there. Just be positive and be
Yeah.
mindful of that you're not
Yeah.
offending anyone else in telling your
Yeah.
truth.
I mean, the
That's my
best the
that's my
the
PSA.
best advice I ever got was, if you think somebody could be offended by it, don't talk about it. So I don't
Right.
talk about abortion. I don't talk about politics. I don't talk about any of those things, no matter what I think or feel one way or the other. If you don't talk about those things, you can't offend anybody. right? Like,
Right.
look what
Right.
Target
Yes.
did. They got into a debate, or, got into a social problem, and I mean, it's crippling their business. Like,
Hmm.
they are
Hmm.
losing millions and millions of dollars and tons of customers. If they had just stayed out of it and not got
Right.
involved and not had their opinions, and it wouldn't have been an issue. It's like,
Yes.
you don't have to
Yes.
say everything you're thinking or feeling, or
Right.
you know.
That's right. Yes. And for me, what I say is if people don't already kind of know where I stand on issues, then that's their fault. Because
Yeah,
you can kind of just see what we're doing in my life and
right.
kind of know where I stand on
Yeah,
things. And if not, that's
yeah,
fine.
exactly. Not everything has to
But
be
like
said.
yes, not everything needs to be a negative
Yeah,
debate.
100%.
So that's why I keep it clean on Facebook. I do make myself vulnerable, but I make myself vulnerable speaking my truth
Yeah,
and my issues and things that I've been through
exactly.
in hopes that it can help another woman, and or anyone else that is going through anything that I've been through. And like I said, I have a lot of internet friends.
Right,
I have lots of internet friends, people that we haven't even met,
right.
that think of me as their friend, and I think of them as my
Yeah,
friend too. And that's because I built that relationship with
yeah.
them, and they feel like they know me. So a lot of times I meet people in person that have never met me, and they're like, okay, so I know Brian, I know Lucy, I know your
Right.
stepkids, I know where you live, I know you have a pool, I know you go to the beach.
Yeah,
Like they know all these things about me already. So we
yeah.
already have a
Oh,
relationship
yeah.
based on me posting about my
Absolutely.
life.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Like, I mean, I remember in the early days in business, I wasn't putting myself out there as much as I do now. And now when we get calls in from customers, people will comment about it all the time. Like, man, I feel like I know you guys already. I feel like I know your company. I know the owner.
Hmm.
It's so important. Just be your natural self. So people are going to relate to that. Right?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
you can always
That's
tell
it.
when somebody's trying to be something that they're not, or they're not passionate about it, or whatever it may be. Like, if you're just your true self, you can't go wrong. You really can't.
That's right. Yes. Yep.
So, what is the best piece of advice that you have for new business owners or people out there that are thinking about starting a business?
Like I said earlier, a closed mouth is a closed business. So speak about it. Scream it from the mountaintops. This is what I do. This is what I love to do. Solve a problem.
That's
Everyone
key.
needs problem solve a problem. Like roofers, hey, do you got to leak your roof, or hey this, or do you need that, or do you need a new deck, or talk about your personal experiences and this and how this worked for you. Like for me in the makeup industry, look, like I'm going to be 42 years old. Anti-aging is a big thing for me. This is my problem. Here's how I solve it. Here's how I can help
Yeah.
you. So just by solving people's problems, and that's for all
Yeah,
businesses.
that's key. Every
And then
single
and being
business. Yep.
consistent every single day, being consistent, tell your story. um you know Not just doing like static posts of a picture, but speak. People want to hear you
Yeah.
speak, your accent, your flaws, your
Yep.
everything. People want
The
to
the
feel
ahs.
connected.
Yep.
Yeah, people want to feel connected to
a hundred
you. So
percent.
that would be my biggest advice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was at a marketing workshop, and they were talking about video. So they say that a selfie video from your cell phone is going to do 10 times better than
Hmm.
a production. Hiring a camera
Yes.
crew and getting professional lighting in there and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Like, people want to see the real, the authentic,
Yes.
right? They don't want to see the full
Yes.
production and the camera crews and the green screens and all the effects. They want to see the
Yes.
real you and what's really going on. It's
Yes, and I'm proof of
yeah,
that because I have my ring light. And there was my top video that I did for a hair brand that I'm partnered
right,
with was me curling my hair in my bathroom with my ring. So I have good lighting is
right.
key. I had my good lighting, and I got a check for over $5,000 for curling my hair in my bathroom
5 grand for curling your hair.
for uh 5-minute
That's
video.
beautiful.
So, and because it was me being
Yeah,
honest
being
and saying
authentic.
this is what being authentic in my
Yeah,
bathroom. And so those old bathroom selfies from 2010 in my blue bathroom, I don't have that bathroom anymore. I
right.
got a nicer bathroom now, but they've paid off
Yeah,
because I was consistent. through all the years. So, and I
100%.
never forgot where I came from. So that's the biggest part too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and so you were talking about solving a problem, right? So
Yes.
there was I was at the 10X growth conference. And somebody asked a question. They're like, I just know I needed to be in this room. I don't have a business. I haven't started a business. I have no idea what business I want to start. I just know that I want to start a business. And the advice was figure out what problem people are having around you, right? Think of all the problems that people are having, and then figure out which one you're most passionate about. And then your
Yes.
business is solving that problem, right? Like that,
Yes.
our business, the problems we solve is business owners not having enough money, not having enough time, not having the right technology, right? Like these are the problems that we solve, and here's the product, right? The product doesn't
Yes.
matter. As long as you're solving a problem, you can figure out what
Right.
the product is to solve that problem, right? But you got to start with what's the problem people are having? How do you fix that problem? And then turn that into a business, because every viable business solves a problem. If it doesn't, it ain't going to last.
That's right. Yes. Solving a problem and then finding something you're passionate about. So, and I read something somewhere that said your gift is what you do the easiest with the most amount of ease that isn't a struggle for you and that you're most passionate about. So find your gift,
Yeah.
solve the problem, and then be vulnerable to, helping other people and put yourself out there. And those three things, like right there, I really feel like are going to help new business owners. So solve a problem and make it something that is your gift.
Absolutely.
So
We all
the
have a
makeup for
gift. It doesn't
me,
matter who you are.
the makeup for me was self-taught.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh, I'm a makeup artist, here's what I'm going to do. My gift is that I want to help women look and feel their
Right.
best. I want to help them have better self-esteem, because I've noticed that has been declining so much. And then the makeup is just the tools in my toolbox to help women appreciate their beauty.
I love
So
that.
the makeup and the different brands that I partner with, and all those things are part of my mission,
Right.
which is to help women appreciate their beauty.
Very
And so
cool.
that's all of those things put together are what, makes me passionate about what I do.
That's awesome. It's got to be fulfilling at the end of the day,
Yeah.
right? Like you got to
Yeah.
feel fulfilled. When you
Yes.
spend most of your life working. It doesn't matter if you're a
That's true.
business owner or not. Like that's just most of the time. Like we're working. You've got maybe 20 hours now. But if you sleep 4, you got 18 hours, right? You're spending 12 and then working. You're working most of your life. If you're not passionate about it, there's really no fulfillment there at the end of the day.
Right. Yes. And that's what my dad said. You're going to be working most of your life. You better find something you love and run with it. Yeah. And be the best at it that you possibly can. So I hope I made him proud.
It looks like you have. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So tell us what gift you have for our viewers and listeners today.
Yes. Speaking of gift, if you're a woman out there that is listening to this and you are in the local Maryland area, I do travel. So, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Delaware, all those are cool too. I wanted to offer 50% off my makeup services. So if you have a wedding or event or somewhere that you need to go to, if you're looking to start a business online and you're local or not, I would love to connect with you and offer some of my social media services to help you launch your business. So like a one-on-one kind of thing like that. I would love to connect with so many more people on that level.
Very cool.
And if you're local, I want to put some makeup on your face. So
awesome.
those are my offers.
That's awesome. So all the like your Instagram and all that stuff will be in the description, as well as on the overlay on the YouTube video. So it's been great talking to you. I love everything that you're doing with the business. I'm going to try and start answering some of those emails and see if I can actually make some money from these products. That'd be great.
Yes, I better see you promoting some of that new gear.
Absolutely. Next time we talk, cool. I'll let you know how it went.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. We'll talk soon. Have fun with the kids.
Bye.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.